deeply and knew I wanted to create a life with. It's just, we went through a lot in the first 6-7 months of our marriage. There was a lot going on with Justin's health. And, you know, for me, taking on a responsibility like that was tough.
For the most part, Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber have been open and honest about their marriage and relationship. In a recent interview, the Peaches singer admitted that while his marriage and faith have now given him a happier life, it wasn't always easy. As a result, he lacked the confidence to truly expose himself and be himself. Because there was so much baggage from the incident, the first year of marriage was challenging. They were the focus of a documentary and a flurry of paparazzi photos showing them hand in hand following 2 weddings. Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin seemed to be married with a happy life ahead of them. Since their first year together was incredibly stressful, Bieber recently told GQ that fundamental marriage expectations are unrealistic, and he blamed the rocky start on a lack of trust. In today's video, we're going to talk about why Hailey Bieber doesn't deserve Justin Bieber. Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Justin was walking on eggshells for the first year of his marriage, according to the interview. Not because of Hailey, but because he didn't want to spoil his newfound happiness. Hailey has also stated that she was plagued with guilt for the first 6 or 7 months of their marriage, which is most likely a reference to extramarital affairs. Furthermore, numerous occurrences in these 2 couples' lives suggest that not everything looks to be great. Justin Bieber's statement that the first year of their marriage was difficult is one of the indicators that their marriage is in danger. In September 2018, Hailey and Justin married in a New York courthouse. They had a spectacular ceremony a year later in South Carolina, but before the wedding, he claimed he had recently gone through a period of drugs, drinking, and public controversy.
First time I smoked weed, I don't suggest this, but I was 13. Yeah, 13, 12 or 13. And that's when I realized that I had to stop. I don't think it's bad. I just think for me, it can be a dependent.
The model, who is now 24, had a brief relationship with the 27-year-old musician in 2016 before breaking up with him. They met again in 2018 and married in a New York City courtroom a few months later. A year later, they had a spectacular wedding celebration in South Carolina. Simply put, Bieber admitted to being forced to marry Hailey in a recent interview with Demi Lovato on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. The Canadian talked about his acquaintance with Hailey in great detail. Justin also addressed other issues, including how he met the model. He said they first met during a Today Show taping years ago.
How did you and Hailey meet? I don't think I've ever heard that story.
How did we meet? We met in the early mornings of a Today Show taping. I'm pretty sure she didn't want to be there.
Speaking to GQ, Justin explained that even though he felt compelled to marry his now wife, I just felt like that was my calling, just to get married and have babies and do that whole thing. It wasn't without difficulties behind the couple's happy veneer. The first year of marriage was really tough, Justin said, because there was a lot going back to the trauma stuff. There was just a lack of trust. There were all these things that you don't want to admit to the person that you're with because it's scary. You don't want to scare them off by saying, "I'm scared."
Myself to be this good girl for the first probably 6-7 months of being married. I was just ridden with guilt. I wish I hadn't done this. I wish I just had walked into this clean and free and clean slate. But what it taught me is that it's just.
Hailey explained in an interview with Hillsong, "We all wish there were things that we had never done, and we all wish that there were decisions we didn't make and mistakes we didn't make. But what I learned being married is that every mistake that I made and every bad decision I made, everything I was making myself feel guilty for, actually led me to getting married, and it led me to being a wife." Probably for the first 6 or 7 months of being married, I was just ridden with guilt. I wish I hadn't done this. I wish I had just walked into this clean and free and clean slate. But what it taught me is that A, it's not realistic, and B, we all have guilt and we all have shame for things we've done, but it doesn't have to define who we are, and it didn't have to define me in my relationship. The artist joked that Hailey's parents may have orchestrated their son's romance with her. "I'm sure she didn't want to be there," he stated. In the morning, her father pulled her out of bed. He was clearly cracking a joke. On the other hand, the 27-year-old actor went on to explain why he believed it was an arranged marriage. In hindsight, he believes it was most likely a pre-arranged union. Since she was reared as a Christian, it's almost as if they orchestrated the whole affair. Oh, and Justin's mother is someone I'd want to introduce you to. They have similar beliefs and perspectives. We think you two would make fantastic buddies.
Her dad dragged her out of bed in the morning. And basically was like, you know, I think because she was raised Christian, and I think they found out that, like, I think it was an arranged marriage, I'm pretty sure. I'm not, looking back now,
Hailey Bieber opened up about her rocky marriage and highlighted the ups and downs of marriage in a 2019 interview with Vogue. According to the concept, there's something alluring about wanting to fight for something and being dedicated to working together to achieve a goal. Hailey is fully aware that as she and her husband get older, they will undoubtedly change. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing video from us.